Hello and welcome back to another World3000 tutorial video. In this video, we're going to cover some more advanced configurations you can do for your World3000 server, so it's more exactly like how Ryan had set it up. This includes renaming some data files to get Ryan's exact inventory, ender chest, advancements, and statistics, configuring the stacker mod so it is exactly like how Ryan had it, how to change the render distance on the server, and we are going to learn how to make a shortcut batch file so that you can open the server easier without having to type in the command every time. And just so you know, this video will assume that you have already watched and followed my tutorials on how to load and play World3000 on Windows and Mac. It does not apply if you're on an iPhone or an iPad or an Android. This video will not apply to you. Mainly because you should already have his inventory and advancements and statistics and the ender chest, because I already converted the world to single player for those platforms, and those platforms do not have the stacker mod, and those platforms are not hosting any servers. So this video is not going to apply if you are not on Windows or Mac. If you're on Windows and Mac, then you can go ahead with this video. So the first thing we're going to do is to rename our data files to get Ryan's exact inventory, ender chest, advancements, and statistics. First thing we're going to do, obviously, we have to start the server. So we are going to go to our Ryan's World folder, open it. Then we are going to click this empty space at the top of your file explorer. Then right click, copy. Then we're going to do Windows key plus R to open the run box. Type in CMD, then press OK. Then it opens this box. We are going to do CD space, and then right click your mouse anywhere inside this blank space, and it's going to paste the address that we have copied. Press enter. Then we are going to do Java space dash jar space, and then type in paper, and then press the tab key, and it's going to autocomplete for you. This number at the end might be different for you, but as long as you have 26.1.2, it should be fine. Then we're going to press enter to start the server. Again, you should have already followed my tutorials on how to set up and load World3000 on your Windows or Mac machine, so I'm not going to go over the setup again. There you go, and we can join our server. But as we discovered in our last video, you do not spawn with Ryan's inventory. We do not have Ryan's inventory. We do not have Ryan's statistics or advancements. See, we don't have anything. So it's like you're playing on a server. Ryan has his own account. I'm getting attacked, unfortunately. But yeah, we want to get Ryan's inventory and advancements and statistics and all that stuff. So we are going to stop the server. To stop the server, you go on the command prompt and then type in stop, and then press enter, and it's going to stop the server for us. So the first thing we're going to do is go into the world folder, and then we're going to go into players, and then we're going to go on our web browser. Just any web browser is okay. We're going to go on namemc.com. This is a website to look up Minecraft profiles, and we need it for what we are about to do. So you need to get your Minecraft Java username. This is not the same as your Xbox username. This is your Minecraft Java username. If you forgot your Minecraft Java username, if you look at your command prompt, you know, this is the server that you're hosting, it's going to say, oh, whatever, join the game. And there you go. This is your Java Minecraft username. This one right here, you're going to see some yellow text if you join and leave a server. So this is my username. Your username is obviously going to be different. So you need to find your Minecraft Java username. I'm going to go to namemc.com and type in my Minecraft Java username. And then here you go. I'm going to go here. And then you see how it says UUID right here? We need this. We're going to click on copy. And then we can close our web browser. We don't need that anymore. And then we are in world, and then the players folder inside the world folder. Then we're going to go into the advancements folder. And then you see, you remember your UUID. Mine started with an A71, so I'm going to delete A71. Just a heads up, this is going to delete anything that you're basically replacing all your data with Ryan's data. So if you already played on World3000 before this video and you want to keep your, maybe you have some diamonds in your inventory that you mined, you are going to lose those diamonds if you do this, because we're going to replace everything on your player data with Ryan's player data. So if you have anything in your inventory that you want to keep, please make sure to put it in a chest. Just any chest is fine. Not an ender chest, a regular chest, just anywhere. Because you're going to lose your inventory. We're going to replace it with Ryan's inventory. So the first thing we're going to do is, my UUID started with A71. So I'm going to select this. Then I'm going to delete it. And then the one that starts with D31, this is Ryan's UUID. So we want to rename this to be our UUID. So we're going to right click, go to rename, and then we're going to do Control V, and then there you go. That's my UUID that I copied from the website namemc.com. Make sure to leave the .json at the end. We need this, don't delete it. You can see I didn't delete it, it's still there. And now this is A71. We're going to go back into the players folder. Now we're going to go into data. And then again, I don't need my inventory, so I'm going to delete my folder, A71, delete, and then, as you know, D31 is Ryan, so we are going to grab Ryan's folder, rename it, press Ctrl V to paste my UUID, there you go, keep the .dat at the end. We're going to do the same thing for this one, keep the file extensions at the end, and then this one, for this one as well. Keep the .dat underscore old at the end. And then there you go. We have renamed all these files to be my UUID. Obviously, you're going to rename this to your UUID, not mine. It might be something else. It's going to be different. And then this, I'm also going to delete this one. This is Ryan's folder or file. We're going to rename it to be mine. There you go. So I have successfully renamed every files in these folders to be my UUID. Let's check again. Advancements, that's mine, A71. Data, all these are mine, A71. Stats, that's mine, A71. So we have renamed all of Ryan's files to be my UUID. Or in this case, it would be whatever your UUID is. And then we are done. We can go back into the command prompt and then do the same command again, java space -jar space paper, and then press the tab key on your keyboard, and then press enter. And then it's going to start the server for us. There you go, we can join the server, and you will see that we will now have Ryan's inventory and advancements and statistics and his ender chest as well. You should see in the chat, this is actually pretty cool, that's my username, but it says formerly known as Ryan3000. Yes sir, you're Ryan3000 now. We have Ryan's inventory, we have Ryan's advancements, we have Ryan's statistics. That's all Ryan's statistics right here. He killed 6 bats. He have never been killed by a bat. That's good. We should also have his ender chest now as well. Let's check. There you go. That's Ryan's ender chest. There you go. That's how you get Ryan's inventory, ender chest, advancements, and statistics. The next thing we're going to do is configure the RoseStacker plugin, which is the stacker plugin that Ryan has used to be as best as it can to what Ryan had. Obviously, Ryan never shared with us his plugin configuration, but we can make some guesses as what he would have changed. And so to do that, we are first going to stop the server by typing in stop. There you go, we have stopped the server. And then we are going to go into the Ryan's World folder, then go into the plugins folder, and then go into the RoseStacker folder. And then Double click on this file called config.yml. It might ask you this information. If it does, select Notepad and then always. And then we are going to press Control and F on your keyboard. It's Command F if you have a Mac. And then we are going to search max-stack-size. There you go. As we know, Ryan, he made it so chickens can stack up to 3,000. So we are going to delete 128 and type in 3,000. The next thing we're going to do is go up here again, and then we're going to search for don't stack custom named. Because as we know, he has his chickens of the week, and he made it so that those chickens do not stack with each other. And we're going to delete this false and make this true. There you go. Then go to File, Save. We can close this. Next thing we're going to do is go to Entity Settings. This one. Then we're going to press Control H this time. Control H. And then we're going to type in enabled space true. And then go to this replace box. We're going to type in enabled space false. Replace all. There you go. And then we can close this. And then Control F this time. Control F. We're going to type chicken. Basically what we're doing here is we don't want any other mobs other than chickens to stack, right? In Ryan's world, he had other farms as well, such as the iron farm. And we don't want any villagers or iron golems stacking. So what we're doing in this file is disabling stacking for any other mobs that are not chickens. We are only going to enable stacking for chickens. So here we go. It says chicken right here. Enabled false. Let's delete this. Set this to true. And then max stack size, we'll make this 3,000. There you go. Don't stack if different custom name. We're going to set this to true. And then we can go to File, Save. And then we can close this notepad. And then we can go back to our command prompt and type in Java space -jar space paper. Press the tab key on your keyboard. Then enter. And then it's going to start the server. Oops, the server is still starting. There you go. The server has started. And now we'll see that our settings have been applied. Oops, let's go into creative mode. Just to check that our settings have indeed been applied. So we said we don't want anything other than chickens to stack. So let's get some spawn eggs. Let's get some cows, for example. We don't want any cows to stack. So let's check if cows are stacking. Cows are not stacking. There you go. But we do want chickens to stack. Let's see if chickens are stacking. There you go. Chickens are indeed stacking. So there you go. We have successfully modified the RoseStacker plugin configuration to be exactly like what Ryan had it. Obviously, we don't know exactly his configuration, but we can make some guesses from watching his videos. The next thing we're going to do is change the render distance on our server. As you can see, let's go look at my settings. My render distance is set to 24, but this doesn't look like 24. This looks a lot less than 24. And that's because Minecraft servers by default have a render distance limit of 10. So no matter what settings you change over here, the server settings are going to limit your render distance. So to change that, we are going to stop our server first by typing in stop, then pressing enter. We're going to go into our Ryan's World folder, which is right here, and then you should see a file called server.properties. It might say server or it might say server.properties. Both are fine. You're going to double click on it. It might ask if you want to open it with Notepad. If it asks you that, then yes, you want to open it with Notepad. And then we have the server.properties file open. As you can see, we're going to go down and then find these settings called simulation distance and view distance. Basically, the difference is the view distance is what you're actually seeing. So that's the setting that I'm changing to see how many chunks I'm seeing for. So I'm going to change this to be 24. Simulation distance is basically what Minecraft calculates distance-wise. So like if you have farms, if you're 10 chunks away, it's going to still be active. If you decrease this to be 4, obviously a lot less chunks, a lot less farms around you are going to be active. But this setting has a lot of effects on how well your server runs. So if you have a lower end computer, I would recommend setting simulation distance low. 4 or 6 is fine. But if you have a beefy computer, I would set it to like 10 or 12. Probably not higher than that though, because simulation distance can get very intensive quick. But view distance, you can set it to whatever you want. Obviously, if you have a lower end computer, I would still lower this, but 24, I say it's okay. As long as you're playing on with just by yourself. If you have more friends, obviously, I would probably decrease this as well. But this should be okay for us. We're going to go to File and then Save. And then we're going to go back into our command prompt. Then type in Java space jar space paper. Press the Tab key. Then it's going to start a server again. Then we're going to see that our new render distance settings have been changed. So I should be able to see further. Now let's see. Yeah, I'm already able to see that water right there. I wasn't able to see that water before. There you go. I'm able to see a lot further than I was able to before. I can even see the mob farm from here now. So there you go. We have changed our server settings. The next thing we're going to do is create a shortcut to start the server. As you know, right now it's a lot of work to start the server. You gotta do Windows key R and then CMD. You're gonna go here, copy this, go here, CD, do all this, Java jar. You know, it's a lot of steps and it's kind of annoying. So we can actually solve this problem. We can just have like a file that we double click on and it's going to start the server for us without having to type in any commands. So to do that, go to the description of this video. I'm going to link a script that you download. It's going to be called start.bat. We're going to download it. Download anyway. It's going to be downloaded for us. We are going to drag this script right here. There you go, start. And then we're going to double click on it. But as you see, your computer may or may not display this error that you see on the screen. It says Smart App Control blocked the file that may be unsafe. Windows blocks batch files such as this one by default because a lot of them can be malicious, but we are just simply trying to start a Minecraft server. It is not malicious, so we can actually ignore this one. And to turn that off so that you can actually make the script function, we are going to go into our settings. We are going to go into privacy and security. We are going to go into Windows security. Then we are going to go into app and browser control. And then we are going to go into smart app control. And then we are going to turn this off. And it's going to ask you if you want to allow this app to make changes to your device. If it asks you that, press yes. And there you go. We have turned off smart app control. We can close all of our settings. And as you see, now in our Ryan's World folder, we just have this file. It's called start. We can just double click on it. Run. And there you go. It starts the server for us. We don't need to type in any commands anymore. So that's a lot easier for you now. That's it for this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, make sure to join my Discord. It's called Ryan3000 Chickens. You can find the link in the video description. And if you need any help with anything such as setting up the world, or you had some problems during this tutorial, you can ask in the Discord and I'll do my best to respond.